You're watching San Diego's breaking news leader. This is News 8 at 5.
Now, as we near the November election date, you may already know who you're going to vote for, but it turns out that many don't make it to the polls on Election Day.
Today, a local organization got together in hopes of getting their neighbors excited about voting. News 8's Richard Allen is live in City Heights tonight with the story. Richard?
Well, Phil and Marcella, believe it or not, nationwide, as many as 90 million Americans eligible to vote will choose not to this election, including many residents in communities like City Heights here. Now, one nonpartisan faith-based group is working to change that, using these remaining days before the election to get their message out that you and your vote matter. These volunteers with the San Diego Organizing Project are on a mission.
We'll do what we can.
Canvassing neighborhoods throughout San Diego, like this one in City Heights, to encourage residents to vote.
Are you guys registered voters?
And focusing on those so-called infrequent voters who may already be registered, but in the end, don't cast a ballot.
They're mostly in lower income, underrepresented communities, and also these are often communities that don't vote.
We can't tell you how to vote. It's
Norma Sandoval, a longtime volunteer with the project, grew up in this community and now teaches here. She says many eligible voters don't bother out of discouragement.
Oftentimes they feel it doesn't matter whether they vote or not, their voices are still not going to be heard. And it's sad because that's the reason the majority of them are not doing it. But if we all voted, we all block voted, it would make such an impact in our community.
Lack of time or a lack of interest also deters many eligible voters from heading to the polls, according to a Census Bureau survey. Another poll finds that this year, nationwide, as many as 90 million Americans who can vote won't bother.
You're not registered to receive mail-in ballot. Would you like to apply for one?
Yeah, sure.
City Heights resident Chris Lopez says he's neglected to vote in the past.
Most of his time and not understanding what's going on.
But is vowing to take the time this election.
I think I am going to vote this year because it's something that's important.
A small victory for these volunteers who are striving to get 7,500 infrequent voters in San Diego to show up November 6th.
They should do it because it builds power for their community and make sure that their needs and their communities will be prioritized.
Majority, minority.
Now, as you heard, their goal is to get at least 7,500 of those voters to commit to showing up either at the polls or by mailing in their absentee ballots. So far, they have about 2,000 voters committed. Now, for more information on the San Diego Organizing Project, how you can volunteer if you'd like, just go to cbsa.com and click on the hot button.